Today I wanted to do a little travel vlog recap of a recent family trip I went on to Colorado. This video is going to be about the 2 nights that we spent in Glenwood Springs, and then my next video will be about the 3 nights that we spent in Aspen. But we flew into the Aspen airport and drove about an hour to the town of Glenwood Springs. It's this really neat mountain town just surrounded 360 degrees by mountains. In this video I'll show you some of the things that we did. I would say one of the highlights of the town is this natural hot spring pool that's there. There's several different pools, some that you can have children in there and some pools that are designated adult only. We usually went there in the evening after we were out and about for the day. Spent a few hours there every night, and it just feels like you're in a hot tub. It was so relaxing. So I'm going to show you some clips of that. Another highlight, we went up a gondola ride to the top of a mountain, and we did a little cave tour and just looked around a bit, but just the gondola ride itself was the highlight, being able to see that panoramic view of the mountains and the valley below. And then we went to some restaurants and coffee shops in town that I'll be showing you. But overall, Glenwood Springs was a fabulous, even just a weekend trip if you live near the area. It was a really great start to our trip. So that's what I'll be showing here, and then stay tuned for my Aspen video where I show the city of Aspen and then the beautiful mountain hikes with the aspen trees. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoy. We flew into the Aspen airport, got a rental car, and drove an hour to Glenwood Springs. Checked into our hotel, which was the Glenwood Hot Springs Lodge, very conveniently right across the street from the hot springs, so highly recommend that lodging. We walked around the downtown, checked out some neat stores, grabbed a bite to eat, stopped at the Hotel Colorado, which is a historic resort right next to where our resort is located. So fun to walk around the lobby. Then the main star of the show was stopping at the Glenwood Hot Springs. We probably spent about 2 hours there. They have multiple pools, different temperatures. Some pools are adults only. Some pools had lots of children playing around, so there's a little something for everyone. It was so relaxing, just natural hot springs that have been there for years and years, so it was a really special way to wind down our first evening in Colorado. Very relaxing, very lovely. The next morning we got breakfast. You walk right across the street from the hotel and you get a reservation for breakfast time, and you get to eat right next to the pools, which was really neat. It definitely does get very busy though, so I would highly recommend eating breakfast pretty early. Then we walked along this trail right next to the river, saw fly fishermen, which was so idyllic Colorado. Made our way to our gondola, got our reservations, and went up to the top of the mountain. I would definitely say this gondola ride is one of the highlights of things to do in Glenwood Springs. It was so neat to get all the way up to the top of the mountain and look down and see the valley of the town below you and the peaks of the mountains surrounding it 360 degrees. Very idyllic. Top of the mountain, there's a restaurant, different options of games and things to do. They even have a roller coaster, a little theme park up at the top of the mountain, which is kind of hilarious. We did not do that, but we did end up booking a reservation for a cave tour, which was very informative, and just looking at the mountains in the distance, once again, was just absolutely incredible. We grabbed a little something to drink at the restaurant on top of the mountain, and then we made our way back down the gondola and continued our walk back into town. Everything is very walkable, so if you're staying in a hotel like right in the downtown area, I would say you can probably easily walk to the gondola. Then we had a late lunch at Slope and Hatch. which was a delicious place to get tacos. I wish if we had been here for longer, I probably would have gone multiple times to get tacos because they had this huge menu. I ended up getting, I think it was like a Thai curry taco. So unique, so delicious. Then we got coffee at Wild Coffee Roasters. I kid you not, probably one of the best coffees I've ever had in my life. I got this pumpkin foam cold brew, maple cold brew type thing. It was so good, so smooth is probably the best way to describe it. And of course, heading to a bookstore downtown was fun, and I'm always gravitating towards the children's area. Did everything in my power to resist bringing a book home to my little babies. And then we ended the evening once again in the hot pools. So lovely. Probably spent about 2 hours there again. It was a great way to cap off our evening in Glenwood Springs. And then we were on to Aspen the next day. Stick around for part 2 for the beautiful Aspen colors.